Hello everyone. So we have another show and this is another series of our success talks, and today I have something very someone very special with me, and his name is Alok Taunk. He's a mindfulness coach and a mindset coach on a very beautiful mission to help people live a life that is stress free, full of clarity and confidence by integrating those strategic mindfulness principles and frameworks that maybe somehow we are unaware of in today's world. I'm feeling super awesome and super delighted to have him on this show. So thank you so much, sir, for giving me this opportunity to have you. It's such an honor to be with you.
Thank you, Gargi. Thank you very much. You are so inspiring.
Thank
I was just thinking this to myself that when I was of your age, maybe I was doing something stupid, or maybe I didn't have that kind of awareness to focus in the right areas. But it is so inspiring to see children like you who have that clarity, who are aware about their mission, who are on the positive path. So I'm so very proud of you, Gargi. Keep on doing what you're doing, and thank you for having me here on
thank you so much.
platform. Thank you.
Okay,
Yes.
so we are going to make it I have prepared some questions and I just want to ask you about all of that so that you can guide me and all the audience who are going to watch it. And so my first question to you is I just want to know, curious to know, how did you start on this journey of helping more and more people?
Yes. Gargi, honestly, this was not the plan. This was not at all the plan. Um, so, thing is, I did my Bachelor's of Management Studies, my BMS. Instead, I didn't want to do BCom. I did Bachelor's of Management Studies, and the reason was that my father is a businessman, so I thought that I'll do this management stuff and I'll then join his business. So I specialized in marketing, and then I got into. I did my PG, my master's, MBA again in marketing. So after that, the idea was, the very general idea of getting into a job. So I started with sales because that was the very logical next step after marketing. You get into business management or sales and stuff. So that's how it was, and my vision was very conventional: to get a job, get settled and stuff, what the world does. So the sales really sounded really good, that you're getting into the actual world and stuff. But then over a period of time, Gargi, I started feeling that pressure and heat, because out there, the actual world that we talk about, it's not as predicted and seen and shown in the books, right? And I started feeling the heat, I started feeling the pressure. But Gargi, one thing that really helped me throughout my journey was my mindfulness and meditation practice, because the kind of environment that we have in our house right from my childhood had that spiritual tint to it. I always had that access to monks. I always had access to that wisdom, that knowledge. I was not that serious about it, of course, but of course, when you have that kind of environment, somewhere it brushes you, right? Somewhere unknowingly, mindlessly brushes you. So I started following it, but then I realized how important this is, how important this wisdom is. How can these practices can really root you in the present? How can they act as a shield and protect you from the external stressors, mental and emotional stresses? And that's when I realized, Gargi, that even though I was going through those stressful times, just doing those couple of minutes of practices in between, they really root you and bring that clarity. So that's when I thought, Gargi, that if this is helping me, it can help so many people out there, because I was able to see my colleagues and everyone, going through those stresses. So that's how the journey started. I had no plan. I had no strategy as such, but that's how it organically started. Yeah.
Wow, super awesome
Yes.
journey. So, you were at the tipping point maybe in your life. The stresses were so much external stress from work, and so you just wanted to share what worked for you. And hats off to you
Yes.
for actually starting. Because you know what,
Thank you.
the one of the things that I always tell is that all the people in our world, most of them, majority only speaks, but there are only
Yes.
few who takes the action, implement it on a daily basis, and share
Yes.
their magic with the whole world. And you are one
Yes.
of them,
Yeah.
like superstars. So thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Great
Thank
to
you,
have
Gargi.
you here.
And thank you very much once again. And I really believe that, Gargi, the thing is, see, knowing something but not doing it is equal to not knowing, right? So
Yes.
you know something has worked for you, then it's our moral duty to go and share it with others. If something is working for you and you just keep it in your pocket, then you are selfish. Right. Right.
Agree.
So it's always good to go and give it.
Yes.
Yes.
So it's like just first taking from the whole world. So like being
Yes.
selfish to be selfless.
Lovely, lovely. I love that. Yes, thank you for that. Yes.
Welcome. And yes, so my next question to you is that since you are in this field of mindfulness and mindset, I can also relate to you because I also love working on people's
Yes.
mindset, basically their limiting beliefs. So, how you can turn their limiting beliefs into possibilities for them.
Yes.
So, I
Yes.
just want to ask you, what is the real meaning of mindfulness? And like,
Yeah.
is there any assumptions that maybe people have, or is there any misunderstanding of this concept called mindfulness?
That's a beautiful question, Gargi. See, the thing is, in order to understand mindfulness in the most simplistic manner so that everyone can understand, is that mindfulness is the process of building awareness. It's purely awareness. In Hindi, we call it as sajagta. Right? So mindfulness is equal to awareness. Why do we need to be aware? So that we have better clarity. Now, Gargi, I'm sure everyone who's going to listen to this, watch this, they will agree that whenever you want to take a decision or make a choice in your life, whether it is about your education, whether it is about your money, whether it is about your career, life, relationships, any aspect of your life, only when you have clarity, Gargi, you'll be able to make those smarter decisions. Yes or no? Yes. Without clarity, it is like, you waking up in a dark room and you don't know where you are. But all of a sudden, if someone comes and switches on the light, then you have so much of clarity. Okay, now I see. Yes. So what is mindfulness? Mindfulness is the process of building awareness in order to have better clarity, right? It's as simple as that. So as we go to the gym and we work on our body, so we build physical muscles. Similarly, we need to do certain things here so that we can build our mental muscles, right? I usually say this, that physical muscles make you look good. Wow, very nice. But mental muscles make you live good. Yes,
Wow.
it will make you live good. How do they make you live good? Because then when you find yourself in a stressful situation, you don't react, but you respond. You make the smart choices. You know what to do, what not to do. If someone comes and snaps at you, I don't have to give it back. Many a times we say something, but later on we have guilt and regret for that. Why did I say that? I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have behaved like this, right? That guilt and regret, that kills us internally. But when you are mentally strong, you can see things from a distance and then you can activate your power of choice. Now, coming to your next question, when you said that what are the myths, are there some misunderstandings? One thing I have always come across is that generally people end up interchangeably using mindfulness and meditation. They think that mindfulness is equal to meditation, meditation is equal to mindfulness. But I would say that, Gargi, they are two different concepts altogether. Or I would say they are opposites. And whenever I say this, that they are opposites, people are like, oh, really, Alok, how does that? How is that?
Also like,
Yes. See, the thing is, what is mindfulness? As I told you, it's the process of building awareness. So how do you build awareness? For example, if there's something that is happening in our periphery of existence, or maybe I'm going through some kind of emotion. So I step away from that emotion. It is an objective perspective that I build. What is an objective perspective? Wherein you step away, you differentiate yourself from that particular thing that is happening, and then you look at it from a distance. So that's when you bring clarity, right? For example, uh, I would like to ask you this, that, whenever our friend or loved one or someone near one or dear to us comes with a problem, we always have a solution, yes or no?
Yes, we
We
have.
always have a solution. Yeah. But if the same thing happens to us, do we have a solution?
No, we can't think at that
Exactly.
time.
We can't think at that time. Why? Because we are personally and emotionally involved in it. But when it is someone else's problem, we all have the solution, right? Why is that happening? Because we are emotionally and personally involved. But when you step back and when you look at the problem from a distance, you automatically start looking at a solution, because now you are not personally and emotionally involved, right? So mindfulness is about stepping away. It is about the
Okay.
objective perspective. It is about looking at things from a distance.
Okay.
That's mindfulness. That's when you build awareness, right? But what is meditation? Meditation is about becoming one with that thing.
Yes.
Right. So, for example, let's talk about a music player. If he or she plays an instrument, okay. Do you play any instrument?
Yes, I play Casio.
You play Casio. Okay.
Yeah.
See, you must have experienced this, that when you are in the zone, you are playing the Casio. You don't even realize how much time has passed by.
Yes.
Yes, the same is the case with dancers, singers, players, right? Sports. When you're doing something, you are in the game. You don't even realize how much time went by. Why? Because now you become one with that thing that you're doing. And many times you also use these phrases like, this particular game is his meditation. Singing is his meditation. Playing this guitar or a Casio is her meditation. Right?
Yes.
Dancing is meditation, because when the person is dancing so much into that thing that doesn't realize how much time passed, right? But that's not the case with mindfulness. Mindfulness is wherein you are aware of everything that is happening. You are aware of every moment that is passing by. You are aware of every emotion that you are feeling, that sensation that you are experiencing. So mindfulness is more about stepping back and looking at the thing, and meditation is more about being one with that thing.
Well born. I hope that all of the people who are going to watch this now, they are going to have that bulb on just the way I am having, because the difference between mindfulness and meditation, I too got to know just right now. Otherwise, I also used to believe they both are either interrelated or they are the same things. So thank you so much for awareing us of that.
Thank you.
So it's like building the process of awareness so that we get more and more clarity in our life.
Clarity, yes. And I would like to extend this a little further, which can prove to be super useful. See, awareness leads to clarity, right? Why do we need clarity, Gargi? We need clarity because when we have clarity, we automatically have certainty in any aspect of your life. When you have clarity, for example, if you're working, now you're a coach, that's the reason I'm giving you this example. Let's say if you're working with a person, and when you exactly have clarity in terms of what problem is this person facing, when you have clarity, you will be more certain in terms of giving a solution.
Agree.
Right? With certainty comes confidence. When you keep on giving the right solutions, you will be more confident as a coach. Right? And when you are confident, automatically you start taking actions. When do we take actions? We take actions when we are doubtful, or we take actions when we are confident?
When we are confident.
Exactly. And when we start taking actions, we start getting the desired results.
Yes.
Right? So it all starts with awareness. Awareness leads to clarity. Clarity leads to certainty. Certainty gives you confidence. Confidence makes you take action. And when you take action, you get desired results. You see that?
It's like a full chain that happens.
Yes. It's like a complete blueprint.
Superb. I know, like, just the way I am getting those goosebumps while listening to you, other people are going to get that, you know what, this is where I am lacking. Because the basic thing is, when you get awareness, you get more and more clarity, and as you define the whole chain right now, certainty, confidence, then action, and then you get results.
Yes.
Super. Great. Thank you so much for sharing.
Right.
And now, like my another question too, based on this is, like I would like to ask you, in today's world, most of the people, they are
Mm.
present but still they are absent from their mind. Would you agree? Like they are there in the room,
200%.
they are there in the room, they are listening, but still something is going from within. Maybe they are not being present. So I just want to ask, how can people become more and more aware in today's busy world? Most of us, when they are talking, they don't even listen. Some people like to ask that, "आप सुन भी रहे हो मुझे? I'm not able to understand you." So
Yes,
how to
yes,
get
yes.
over this problem that we get into the awareness zone?
That's a good question. See, Gargi, as I told you that just as we go to the gym and we lift weights, and when you lift weights, you start building your physical muscles. Similarly, we have to treat our mind, we have to treat the muscles that we have here as mental muscles. We have to treat them as mental. And awareness is one of the most primary and the most important mental muscle. Right?
Yes.
Awareness is the most. So the question is, how do we strengthen awareness? How do we strengthen awareness? And one of the best, easiest, and executionable practice is by doing mindful breathing. Mindful breathing is such a beautiful, such a powerful practice. It sounds very simple, but do you agree the most simplest things are always the most
The
powerful
most
ones?
Yes.
Yes, yeah, and it is difficult also. I agree to that. It is difficult also, and it is powerful also.
Powerful
Yeah.
also.
So, why is this important? So, let's understand. I'll give you an analogy here, which will make you understand this in a better way. Think of your mind as a ship, a huge ship, which is in the ocean. Okay. Now, what will you have to do in order to stop that ship at one particular point in the ocean? Tell me, Gargi, what will you have to do to stop that ship in one place in the ocean?
To stop that ship in one place in the ocean.
In the water, yes, yes. To hold it at one spot in the water.
Okay.
Simple. You just have to put an anchor.
Yes.
Right? There are those huge anchors. You just put that anchor in the seabed and it stops. So your mind is just like a ship, Gargi. Right? So the thing is, if you see what is the nature of the mind, the nature of the mind is it keeps on wandering here and there. Right? It's like a monkey. That's the reason we call it as a monkey mind.
Chatter.
Right? Yes, monkey chatter. It is in the past, it is in the future. So now just think of that monkey, think of that ship. We need to hold that ship here in the present. And for that we need a anchor. Right? So our breath can be that anchor. Okay. You see that? Our breath can be that anchor. So now you watch your breath in your mind's eye. Every breath that is coming in, every breath that is going out. You watch it very closely, just like as if it is under the microscope. You're watching it very closely. And in the process, if your mind wanders, bring it back to the breath. Now, science says that every time you do this, you are making structural changes to the brain just by doing this process. And Buddha said one of the most powerful ways of meditation is by watching your breath. So a practical tip, if I would want to give to all the audience here, is that at regular intervals, start spending some quality time with your breath. Maybe after every 2 hours, maybe after 3 hours, after every 3 hours. For even if you do it for 1 minute or 2 minutes, it's more than enough. And then what will happen is, over a period of time, once your awareness muscle starts building, you will find that now if something goes wrong, or maybe someone snaps at you, maybe some things are not happening as per your plan, you will not get irritated, you will not get frustrated. In fact, you will be able to pause yourself in that moment so that you can see all that is happening. You can see that irritation, you can see that anger, you can see everything that is happening from an objective perspective. And you will not react, but you will respond. You get it?
Yes, getting it totally.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
So as we use the breath as an anchor, you can use your food as an anchor. You can use your cup of tea as an anchor. You can use a cup of coffee as an anchor. Yes. So that's how you can build your awareness muscle. Yes, Gargi.
Wow, super amazing tip. Like while you were telling now that mind is a ship, use your breath
Yes.
as it is an anchor for you. So
Mm.
I was just doing it in my
Doing
mind
it, yeah.
only. Yeah. So it was
Yes, very
such a
nice, very nice.
soothing experience. I could do it.
Yes,
So
yes,
thank you so
yes,
much for
lovely,
sharing.
lovely, lovely.
I'm
Yes.
also going to implement it from now
Do it, do it, do
onwards.
it, do it.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes. Every single day.
Hmm. Yes. So, the
Yes.
next question that I want to ask is something
Mm,
related to one of my favorite questions. So,
mm.
I actually watched the whole Super Speaker season 1, the
Ah.
final season that was happening in Chennai. So, I was
Mm,
watching on
mm,
laptop only, and I watched everyone's the top 10 speakers, and you were simply amazing. So, hats off to you for
yeah.
like
Thank you.
every round, you were super amazing. And I just
Thank
want to
you.
ask you, so this is a dream question to all the top 10
Mm.
speakers. So, like, how was the super speaker journey for you? Like, when you were called on the stage, when you were speaking in front of the Success Gyan mentors, when you finally reached that stage, the top 10 list, because it's not easy to get there. You must have built so many efforts in your own videos while speaking. So, what changes and what kind of experience did you had? Would love to
Uh,
know.
so, and needless to say, it was a good experience. It was an amazing experience. I always call this as a journey. Whenever I have to speak about super speaker, I would say it's a journey. It's not a competition. It's a journey, and it's a journey wherein you go as one person, but you come out as a different person, right? So, and why does that happen? Because there are a lot of challenges that you come across, the things that you wouldn't have done otherwise. You are pushed here to do it, so you have to come out of your comfort zone. You have to leave away that cushiony bed of yours, so that you can stand strong and do something different. And all those challenges, Gargi, they shape you in some or the other way. Yes. Um, but all all the season 2 participants, if they would see this and would like to take away from this something from this, is that whenever you, I would say that be yourself. Be yourself. Be yourself. See, the thing is, as speakers, Gargi, even you would agree that as speakers or as trainers, somewhere we try to get into that zone of copying some other personalities. Yes or no? Because we get inspired, and getting inspired is a very good thing. You get inspired by speakers, you get inspired by other motivational speakers, national, international. But somewhere, because of those mirror neurons that we have in our brain, we start copying them. But when we start copying someone, we lose our identity, and our identity is our gift. So, number one, try to understand who you are. Try to understand what is inspiring you, try to understand what is motivating you, and speak from that space of identity, because then you will bring out your best. That's number one. And number two is believe in what you are speaking. Feel and experience what you are speaking. It is, you are not speaking just because it's a competition, but you are speaking because there is a message that you believe in, and you want that message to reach out to that audience. That will bring a lot of authenticity and power. Yes. So it was a good experience. Yes. Okay.
Super awesome. And like, I salute you. I just want to show you the love, care and respect I carry for all of you. So because I keep I have followed every super speaker of Success Gyan, and like I keep getting inspired from all of you. And the point that you shared, it was not a competition. It was a journey of cooperation. I would like to add on, because on every single story, recent stories I see of all of you, sometimes all of you are meeting on a Zoom screen and posing like this. So it gives a very good message that there is no competition in this world. All we need to do is join our hands, because the one message that all we need to carry in our heart is, what you can do is what I can't, and what I can do is you can't. So just let's join our hands.
Collaboration. Yes. Yes.
So that was a very powerful message. And the two tips that you shared were related to your identity. when you
Yes,
are
yes,
getting inspired from someone, and then it's okay for some time to copy, but not for a long term, because in the early
yes,
stages you are going to look for some role models, but in the
yes,
later stages, people are not going to feel any difference between the original mentor and you. So that is the
yes.
difference you need to create. So love that
Yeah,
point
it
of
is.
authenticity.
It is. It is like, you know what? When you learn to ride a cycle, you
Hmm.
have those support wheels in the
Yes.
initial days, but you don't always have those
Hmm.
support wheels, right? You take them off
Yes.
once you know how to balance.
Yes, so I just want to share one more point. My
Yes.
mentor Pooja Puneet, she also
Yes.
says something like, "I am a tree right now." So she's a
Hmm.
tree for all of us. We are there on her tree just for her support. So she's supporting all of us. But then
Yes.
one day she's going to make us fall below so
Yes.
that we rise from our own self. So that is the
Yes.
same concept
Yes.
that you discussed. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Lovely. Lovely. Lovely.
So, the
Yeah.
next question that I want to
Mm.
ask from you is, it's related to stress.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
basically, today's world, what we like all of us are observing is that, you know what, the basic thing is that all of us are actually getting into more and more frustration, stress. I have seen people who are like amazing in their career, but still, when it comes to their personal life, they are not able to make time for their own self because they are too
Mm.
much into those games. So it kind of creates sometimes pressure, frustration. So how to get over that?
See, the thing is, you spoke about not getting time or not able to balance, right?
Yes, not able to balance.
Yes. See, the thing is, Gagi, one thing that we need to understand is our priorities, they keep on changing as per our age and stage of life,
Mm,
right? So when you are a student, your priorities are different. When
yes.
you get into a job, your priorities are different. When you get into a relationship, when you get married, your priorities are different. When you become a parent, your priorities are different. When you get retired, your priorities are different. So if number one, if an individual is able to understand and jot down his or her priority as per his or her age and stage of life, that's number one.
Mm,
And number two, if they are able to take care of their priorities, if they are able to invest the time and the resource in the right kind of areas,
mm,
then there will be no stress, right? From
yes.
the balance perspective.
Mm,
Why does stress happen? For example, um, if a person is super engrossed in terms of his work because he is very much motivated by making that by making money, by making that growth progress in
mm,
his work and stuff, now that person gets married. Now there is a new family
right.
member who has come into the
Mm,
family. Then they expand the family, they have a kid. But if the person doesn't understand that now my priorities need to shift, my focus needs to be divided, I also need to take care of them, but
mm,
he is only and only focused on his work, then what will happen? The other areas of his life will start, there will be alarms from those
yes.
areas, right? That those areas will pull for attention. But if he's not
Yes.
able to do that, then he will feel that work life imbalance and will also feel stress.
Hmm.
So it's important. This is one way of looking at stress. Second way of looking at stress is whenever you hit into any situation, you bump into any problem or challenging situation, and whenever you feel that the situation is more powerful than you,
Mm,
the situation is more powerful than you. By that, what I mean is, if you don't have the required resources to handle and deal with that situation, then you feel stress. But
mm,
if you have the right kind of resources, experience, support system to deal with that situation, then it's a piece of cake.
yes. Amazing.
You get
Super
it?
awesome.
So, yes. So most of the times, it all depends on your perspective of how you look at the situation.
Hmm.
Get it?
Yes, super. So, like,
Yes,
the
Gargi.
perspective game is the big one. Like, most of us, what we think is, like, the problem is small, but still, because our focus is too much on the negative part, that's
Mm.
why the problem looks big. But if you look
Yes.
from a different perspective of how you can find your message from the mess, then it becomes
Yes.
like a very small thing to deal.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Many a times, what happens is, Gargi, I, I I use this term quite often, that we create a 10x out of X. So the problem that we are dealing with is X, but here in our mind we create a 10x out of, and then we suffer from that 10x, not the X.
Yes.
Yes.
Agree. Thank you so much for sharing that. So
Okay,
now,
thank you.
my last question to you is like any concluding thing that you would like to tell our audience, any kind of message you have for them.
Um, yes, yes.
Hmm.
I'd like to say this one thing to everyone who are watching this, is that we human beings, we human beings, we are gifted with a superpower. We are gifted with a superpower. And you know what that superpower is? That superpower is our power of choice. The power to choose. Animals, they don't have this power, because animals, they are driven by their instincts. But we have the power to choose because we are driven by our consciousness. Yes. And as you work on yourself, you can raise your consciousness. That's a different thing. But in any situation, in any and every situation, you always have a power to choose. Should I respond or should I react? Should I focus on the positive or I should focus on the negatives? Should I take action or should I procrastinate?
Hmm.
Should I choose the right things or I should go with the other ones? We always have that. Even in the darkest moments of our life, we always have a choice.
Agree.
Yes. So yes, that's the message. That number one, find your choice. Number two, acknowledge the right one. And number three, execute it.
Wow. So first is find your choice, second is acknowledge it, and then implement or execute
Yes.
it. Because action is
Yes.
the bridge we need to take.
Yes.
Superb.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
I just want to, like, one more thing I want to add up. Like, I have seen a lot of your work on all your social media channels. So, I have seen that you are the founder of Eastern Mindfulness, which is a mental wellness platform and mind feed app where you share about, like, basically it's a guided meditation mobile app. So I just
Yeah.
want to ask you, if someone wants to attend your programs and want to get deeper into this game, like the link is already in the description for them to follow up. But I just want you to give a brief of what all like the program is all about.
Yeah. So as you said, the Eastern Mindfulness thing, Gargi. So Eastern Mindfulness is our platform. It's a corporate wellness platform. We do a lot of programs for the organizations nationally, internationally.
Okay.
We also have a one-on-one coaching arm at that in that particular establishment, which is called as self-excellence coaching. But apart from that, if someone really wants to experience mindfulness at a deeper level or would like to explore that, then every Saturday I do a masterclass. A mindfulness masterclass on Zoom. It's a 3.5, 4 hours of engagement, crazy interactive engagement. We also do a practice. So yes, as you said, the link is there. So anyone who would like to can just come and attend the masterclass. Yes.
Yes, and I'm coming in your masterclass. I've already registered.
Lovely, lovely, Gargi. Lovely. Super
Yes.
awesome. I'll wait for you. Yes.
Yes. So thank you so much for being the guest of honor for today. Whatever
you.
you shared was such a powerful thing. And while talking with you, the humbleness, your groundedness is really can be seen. The hard efforts that you're putting. And yes, I have attended some of your Instagram lives also. That every Monday at 9 p.m. I think you go live. Yes, so
Yes,
thank you
yes.
so much for being here. And I assure that people like you are really the ones who bring a difference in this world. So thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you, Gargi. You are such an inspiration. And I'm so happy to see you know young minds like you taking out such bigger leaps. So God bless you. Stay strong. Keep marching, and I'm sure there's lots more lined up for you.
Yes.
So, so God bless you. Good
Thank
luck.
you.
Yes, Karki. Thank you. Thank you.